Hello, Sioux Falls. I'm Zach Dresch, and you are listening to
The Dresch Code.
What?
BET.
Oh, is this something? No, that's cool.
Yeah.
This is something else. I get it.
Wow. BET's great. Well, welcome to the Dresch Code, our 9th episode. And, we've reached this far. We're pretty stoked. It's a milestone. Every episode's a milestone in my eyes. So,
I'm one of those live this long.
I'm not annoying fucking upbeat like every episode's a milestone.
God, I had a football coach who was like, every day was like, remember seniors, this is your last first day of practice. This is your last first day of summer. So at the point that this old, one of the seniors, Danny Wedge at the time, was like, remember seniors, this is your last third game of the season.
Where'd you go to high school?
Wessington, South Dakota.
Be funny if you said
that's why.
homeschool. Dad, shush. So I'm going to go around the round table, so to speak, round couch, and introduce everyone before we get our little spiel started.
I was going to say, this is neither round or a table.
It's a sectional.
It's legendary sectional from the Dresch Code.
We're at the sectionals of the podcast.
Yeah, it's a metaphorical.
If there was some kind of Sioux Falls Hall of Fame, this will be in it someday.
Get stars.
That's coming.
That's coming.
Baby steps.
So, from this corner, stand-up comedian extraordinaire. Everyone in this room is an extraordinary person, so stand-up comic extraordinaire. Nathan Hoffman. How are you, Nathan?
I'm good.
Let's all clap for
I felt the need to clap. I thought extraordinaire, so it's like, welcome.
Thank you. That, I think maybe I've never felt as awkward after an introduction as that one.
I'm glad I could be here to share this moment with you.
It's good to be here. Like every other episode of any show I've been on that Robert's produced, I'm very hungover.
I saw you last night too for that night.
Yeah, you saw me at what was 80s. Turned out to be the beginning of the night.
Oh, far from the end.
Right. So I'm happy and tired. So thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for making it at 2 p.m, which I still couldn't make on time.
Don't mention it. Musician extraordinaire from Elevator Rebellion, Nick Bader, a.k.a. Statik. Welcome. How are you today?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Not hungover, though.
Yeah.
I went to bed at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
What type
That's
of
what get it, you're a responsible adult.
What type of rap do you do?
I guess we'll have to find out. I don't rap for free.
You also don't rap past curfew.
On a Saturday night?
And Minneapolis, stand-up comedian, host of Hard Day Diaries podcast, Andy Mattfield. How are you, good sir?
Everybody else claps me.
Oh, yeah. I got a show coming up. It's Friday, August 24th. Dropping my mixtape. You won't see or hear me on it, but it's mine.
It looks like this.
Yep. That's the one. Raise it.
Raising it.
All right, so how this podcast and show works is I have about 200 topics in this jar or bucket or jucket, which is not a derogatory term, I swear to God.
We checked.
We checked
Yet.
online.
Yet.
Yet.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
After today.
And basically with each one, we will decide, does this pass or fail the Dresch Code, which means pass means yes, we'll talk about it, and fail means no, we don't want to talk about it, and I'll move on and we'll save it, that one for
You
another
should have like
episode.
a bucket where you burn those like live.
Yeah, we should.
I did last time, except the burning part, but yeah.
You should just make you should make it like whole pages of paper so it's more dramatic.
Each one that fails, I'll just be like, huh, and then just awkwardly.
Just do an episode, call it the crying game.
I think
These were things that just didn't work. And just everyone tries to do it again. Obviously, it doesn't work. And you just cry it out.
I think you
Gotta
should have
heal.
to eat the suggestions that don't work. Really up the stakes.
I like that.
Now we're talking.
We're gonna count calories.
I like where this is going.
I'll eat it if I don't feel we can salvage it for another episode. How's that sound?
So,
Thank
so what you're saying is we have
Deal.
to burn it real hard.
Yeah, like really insult it, and
Oh, we can get that.
Yeah.
There's at least 4 people in this room that can do that. You can figure out which 4.
yeah. Right. So shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Sure.
I'm excited.
All right, I shuffled them up earlier, so we don't need to do that right now. That's a waste of time. First topic. What the F happened to rap, hip hop, and R&B? Lord save us.
I'm offended by this.
Should we talk about this one?
Well, clearly I am qualified.
Yes.
I feel like we should pick a side. We'll pick a side over here.
All of us should talk about it except for Nick. I'm kidding. Should pass? I'll talk about it.
What the fuck happened? Well, it's right here.
Right.
And you can find it on August 24th. Icon Lounge in Sioux Falls.
August 24th, my mixtape drops.
It's been hiding in his back pocket for years.
Most people I've never met. Yeah, I met this guy. He's on my mixtape.
Are you making eye contact with the camera?
Yeah, it's right over there, isn't it?
Yeah, but
There's-
I haven't looked at it once.
Nice. Hello.
Oh, now it's over there.
Whoa, I
Wow.
look way better from that other angle. Boom. Now,
Yeah, it's good
now
angle.
I'm hot.
No, it's this one.
Bam.
I wish there was another screen
Where's
up
the other
there
one?
so I wasn't like checking to see if I look good or not.
This is what I look like on the video of every gas station.
Surveillance video of your activities at a gas station.
It's very similar footage.
Yeah, what happened to it? In a good way. I mean, like, you can look at it from a positive standpoint or a negative standpoint. It's one of those things that I think there's fantastic hip-hop artists out there right now. It's not my genre that I listen to the most, but I will say...
Who wrote that is a better question.
I don't even remember. It was one of those, I'm pretty sure this was like a Facebook comment.
You should have to have
Okay.
people sign their name.
I
Hold their feet over the fire.
That's something that I could rant about for fucking hours, man.
Prove
It was-
it.
Okay. Start the timer.
Longest
And-
episode yet.
well, it's 2:20.
And
But no, there's lots of good hip. What did it say? Hip hop, R&B, and what else?
And rap. Hip-hop, R&B, rap. Yeah.
It's all great.
Yeah. They're very
I mean,
vague.
there's lots of
question.
rap is
Yeah.
mainstream rap is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
But I won't go there. That's a whole different rant, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
here's the thing to me. I don't really know anything about those particular genres, but anybody who's like, man, this music's not like it used to be. Just it's not
course
working
it's
hard
fucking
to
not.
find good music.
Yeah.
You know, I think I get in this argument a lot with my friends. It's that music, mainstream music, has always been shitty. Even like if you look at the top 10 songs of like pick any year in the 70s, a lot of them are garbage.
are you gonna talk shit about Hall & Oates on this show?
No, never. But that's what I'm saying. The ones you remember are the good ones. You know, of course you remember the good ones, but like mainstream music has always been.
Nathan's body was
Garbage.
never found.
Yeah, the crappy ones are memorialized in VH1 specials of like the 40 most awesomely bad love songs. Like, yeah,
Right.
hosted by George Lopez, which did happen.
Now we're talking shit about George Lopez.
I know.
Come on,
If
man.
you watch VH1 or YouTube, there I was bored one week.
I was gonna say you were the only one.
I was on vacation, and
Wait, you were on vacation and that's your excuse for watching VH1?
Right, that's what you do.
Well, I was on vacation. You know, so I watch VH1 as you do.
I was watching YouTube of old VH1 specials from like
So you were watching the worst case version?
This
Yeah.
gets better.
Watching like old bootleg VH1.
Yep. You bet your ass. And it was hosted by George Lopez, and I'm just like, the next song is the Macarena. I'm like, oh, that's great.
I like that he just flat up tells you what the next song
Yeah, I
is.
Just didn't really hint it. Just
Ruined that
throw it
one,
in.
George.
This next song rhymes with Macarena.
Here's the top 10. You can watch the videos if you want. I'm gonna go smoke. That's just the whole show. It just tells it right away and then just leaves.
Macarena, enjoy this one, bitches, and then just like.
I'm gonna go cash this check. See ya. Here's some Beverly Hills Chihuahuas. Enjoy it. Fuck you.
I'm getting in my pool.
Yeah, I agree with that. The mainstream stuff has always been rough,
Yeah.
and you have to really do digging to find the really great.
Yeah. Music has a weird way of showing itself to people.
Yeah.
I don't, that sounded really fucking weird.
I will ask
Yeah,
this
it
question
does.
though: which
So does Andy.
if there are any, which mainstream kind of hip hop or rap artist would you say is not as crappy?
Not as crappy. Well, obviously anything by like Kendrick Lamar
Yeah, I would
is
say Kendrick. Or,
that's mainstream because anything that Kendrick is on that's not his own song is always on the fucking radio.
yeah,
Every single time, and it's always dope to me.
yeah.
But that's
He's
that's
the
just
one
me,
exception
yeah.
for the most part.
Mainstream rappers are. I don't really like anybody.
Yeah,
I don't really like anybody that's not mainstream. I like 5 artists like in rap music because most of it is kind of garbage. Like that card had a place to
Yeah.
be there.
yeah.
But right away I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean where to go?
Rapid fire
I'm
top
right
5.
here."
Rapid fire top 5.
Rapid fire top 5. Hit it one. What do you got?
But top 5.
Yeah, your top 5. Rapid fire.
Mike Shinoda, Machine Gun Kelly, B.O.B., The Underachievers, Tupac. Not in that order. Mike Shinoda is number 1 though,
Right.
undisputed.
Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
Yeah, Mike Shinoda's going on tour. I paid like nearly $1,000 to fly to. I'm paying nearly $1,000 to fly to North Carolina to go meet Mike Shinoda.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
I just recently made a remix of one of his songs that did like 100,000 views on Facebook.
Nice.
And he's obviously always been my biggest inspiration. I seen he was going on tour, and I missed the first day of VIP tickets because he's going to Denver, and that would have been way more convenient, right? But I missed that, and they're all sold out. And the only ones I could go to were North Carolina, New Orleans, or Tampa, Florida. And we're going on tour ourselves in October, so there was only one day I could go. It was North Carolina, and I sat there for like 10 seconds. Was like, "Yep, I'm doing this." There's I can't not do this. I'm doing it. Swipe it, run it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Plane tickets are fucking retarded expensive, and hotels are retarded expensive.
Yeah.
It'll be fun though.
Yeah. It's one of those. Linkin Park was actually one of the first. I don't really listen to them as much anymore, but those first couple albums I listened to.
I
a
had
lot.
tickets to see Linkin Park too, and I was supposed to see them in. I was supposed to see them in August of last year, and Chester Bennington hung himself in July.
Oh.
So the email that I got that refunded my money was devastating.
Yeah. That was one of those, like, the first couple albums where I got really into those, and I kind of.
The first like rap I ever could say memorized was a Linkin Park song. The first like rapping that I ever liked was Mike Shinoda. So like from I think I was probably like 10 years old.
Sure.
Probably even younger than that. The first time I heard Linkin Park. When did Linkin Park come out?
2008.
This is a serious question. Is Linkin Park rap?
Some.
It's elements of
Kinda.
rap rock, yeah.
No, it's like you took the good parts of Crazy Town.
Right.
That's just it.
Yeah,
There's no more to that. Just falls off right after
Crazy
that.
Town is like the band that did like "Come My Lady," "Come
Yeah.
My Lady."
DJ AM. That's it.
Pick another card.
Name
All right,
all.
talk about this
Another
other
topic. All right, let's move on.
I don't want to talk about music.
What are
Unless
your
it's about
biggest?
me?
What are your biggest influences in your life?
Mike Shinoda.
I'll talk about that.
We can go
Pass or
back.
fail? Pass.
I mean, I guess I'll pass.
All right.
I fail.
It's majority vote.
You're the biggest
I'm talking
influence
about
in my life.
Oh, to come.
Trying to return to this show, bro.
Yeah, biggest influences.
Mine? Oh, man. There's
It's a
so
very
many.
broad general question.
There really are so many. I get influenced by things that shouldn't be funny, but to me very much are. Like fat squirrels. They're just so fucking funny. Like, I was walking to my car like 2 days ago, and I saw a skinny squirrel, and I just looked at it and I whispered to it, "I can't wait till you're fucking fat." And then I was like, I should just call into work. That's the best part of my day. I might as well just
Peach,
call in. Yeah, where do you go? I go right back to bed. That's the best thing I'll say or do all fucking day. Just call it a day. You know? Those little moments are influences.
Yeah, I'm about the same. I see things that are like out of my norm that I see, and not like Norm Macdonald, but like normal things. This is a terrible joke.
I didn't even know what you. I was like, what?
It's making it terrible. Never
What are you
mind.
pulling out of Norm?
But like you said, little
He got
things.
up there.
Anyways, just little things like
Close-up magic?
sure, stuff like that. Yeah, and then I try and make a joke out of it, but I write it down. It usually doesn't work, and then I'll just be like,
Never
"Hey,
does.
no,
You just gotta explain your crazy brain.
yeah,
Like, that's what, like, why did your crazy brain find that funny?
yeah." When my crazy brain's not as focused on being crazy, that's when I write better jokes. It's like when I'm like just not thinking about it. That's when I get more influence to write stuff for.
Right.
I just like to get really high and then make music.
There you go.
That's right. Who doesn't?
I just like, I like fucking with people.
Yeah,
I do.
that much is clear.
It's, the whole time you're talking about Linkin Park, I'm like, be respectful. Be respectful. Be respectful. And then a piece of my brain was like, get him.
You're funny.
Nate, biggest influences.
My biggest influences. Oh boy, my belly is a big one.
Mm.
Tells me what to do a lot.
It's like a compass. It's
Right.
just kind
I
of
just-
north.
Right.
North, go.
Go north.
Don't think,
Taco
just
Bell.
do it.
Taco Bell and south.
Right. My biggest influences, honestly, are. This is gonna sound cheesy. Are like my friends or whatever, you know.
There you go.
Like most. Aww. I'll sell all you down the river the first chance I get. No, but I mean, like most of like my like the material that like I perform, you know, on stage or whatever. Like most of it comes from just like talking to people, conversations.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, because nobody wants to. I'm glad. At first I thought we were just gonna like sit here and list, you know, like John Mulaney.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, I don't want to do that. Nobody cares.
I don't want to take this seriously.
That's I'm also the same way. Like I can't sit down and write, so I like talk to friends and say stupid, silly things, and then I'm like, oh, that's
Right.
potential, and then I write it down.
Right.
That's usually after. It's like first thought, best thought kind of thing.
Improv brain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good brain to have.
Never forget one of the first times I did improv with a troupe. Our first scene was with this guy, really nice guy, but a super weird improviser. Like always says the weirdest shit. He and I were doing a scene alone. We were like the first scene in this improv show. It's like whose lines anyway, kind of thing.
Sure.
And our first scene, he and I are just standing in there, and he just goes, "I just killed this guy with a hammer." I'm like,
That was how he started.
that's how he started the scene. Like, the fuck do I do with that?
Then you're like, cut to before.
Oh no!
And like the number one rule in improv is don't say no. So I'm like, I have to be like, oh.
Wow!
Nuts! Alright! Let's claim the pot. Okay.
Right.
That's a very vivid statement that you opened with.
I see it.
It's
I
like in
process
The
it.
Office when Michael Scott always pulls a gun.
Yeah. Boom! I love that episode. Anytime I think of improv, I think of that episode of The Office.
Right.
It's like, he said he can't tell anything, but he has a gun. Okay, improv. Next card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Robert influences.
Pass or I don't know. I don't know where to go with that.
Robert's never been influenced in his life.
I'm a true original, I guess.
He's got Neil deGrasse Tyson right behind him. Looking over your shoulder like, fucking say it, Robert.
Not influence though, because I don't do that
staring
star
you.
shit.
He's staring you down right now. He's like, you fucking know. Say it, Robert. Say my name. Say it. Say my name.
Say it correct.
Carl Sagan.
Yep, it just burst into flames. Neil has left.
No, I can't just not think of that right now.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. He's making eye contact with us.
I moved it back there because my wife kept coming in here and like, it looks like a funeral announcement. Did he die?
It does.
Yeah.
It does look like that.
This is
It's one of those things where wherever you're at in the room, he's looking right at you.
Neil Undergrass Tyson.
Wow.
It's like,
Is that a theory here?
Oh God. Next question. How do you listen to music? MP3, vinyl, etc.
I think we can
Yes.
pass
I'll
that.
talk about that. Yeah, I'll talk about that.
I'm an etc. kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reel to reel.
Track?
No, reel to reel specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
even
it
listen to music. I
requires.
just bang on pots and pans and shit.
That's making music. That's different.
I'm listening to it.
It's in the moment. It's different.
Yes.
I just go out, I go on streets, and I just wait for a drum guard to just come right up. And then I just sit there, you know? Music will come to you. Super easy. You don't even need to buy anything.
I only go to drum lines.
I fucking love those things.
That's all. That's all anybody wants to hear is just a full hour of. Perfect.
It was great.
That's all I want.
Sometimes they yell and shit too, though.
Do you,
Whistle! Whistle! I can't whistle. Whistle!
have you
It
asked
doesn't have a
anyone?
cowbell. I don't want to hear it.
I just like to go up to him and be like, hey, do you know Nick Cannon? Where does he rank on your influences? Like, is he here or like, where do you put him?
How many times have you seen that movie?
Once, I think, and we watched it during Drumline Party.
Oh man, I watched it a lot.
You are a drummer, right?
Yeah.
Were you in Drumline?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh shit.
here I am.
I went from cymbals
Making fun
freshman
of you to
year.
your face. Sorry.
It was great. We did Jesus Christ Superstar freshman year, and I was a cymbal.
How do you do that on
Yeah,
drugs?
that's what I
It was fun.
You were a symbol?
Which, like, the
This
cymbal
drum is
crashing.
Judy.
Oh, I was like, you have one symbol.
The best
was a
part
great
was
thought experiment.
there were 4 of us, and I crashed like it was great. And in sophomore year, I was bass drum, and then
That's the fun one, though.
Triangle.
You were Joseph and Joseph in Technicolor Dreamcoat
no,
for Drumline.
And then
yeah.
Yeah, and then the junior year you were banging Mary. Different type of drum.
Snare. But
China.
we had exercise. We had a cadence called Country Bumpkin, which to me sounds like Country Blumpkin.
Yeah.
Which is just basically getting head on a toilet, isn't that what it is?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And so all of us were just like, we rehearsing Country Blumpkin now? Alright. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
How did it go?
It was fun.
I mean, like, how did the Country Blumpkin beat go?
I don't know, it was...
You know you remember it. You fucking know you remember it. I can see it in your brain. He's like,
I don't know. I remember the first 2 matches.
That made me feel like I was in the backwoods of Arkansas.
That was more
They
like
painted a really beautiful picture for me.
Donkey Kong Country
You know, we can change
Blumpkin.
out the junket with a moonshine bottle I've got in the garage if you want to play the jug for us for a while.
You should just like lock people in this room and like make them get as drunk as they've ever been, and then just see what happens.
I kind of did that once. It didn't end well.
Okay.
Yeah. You're thinking like, oh, it'll be so hilarious and awesome. Yeah, it's hilarious and awesome for the people in the room, but for the especially the listeners, because of all the like visual shit going on, it's not. It's not
No,
it's not
just-
good podcasting.
Just no.
It's nice to
Yeah,
have
we
a filter.
haven't had any visual material during this podcast yet.
What are you talking about? I've been
I held my
repping
thing
that.
up. August 24th. This is visual. You can go to this camera.
Come see us. Come out and see us.
Switch cameras.
One more
August 24th. Come out and see us.
Oh, yeah.
Minus Andy.
Can you see it?
Can you
Right
see
there.
it?
Come out and see us. August 24th. Right
Yeah.
there.
He drops his mixtape.
It's gonna be fucking wild.
It really fucking is, though. I spent so much money for it to be as wild as possible.
The Nick Cannon drum line's gonna be there.
Nick Cannon is going to be there, I heard.
Just wilding out the whole time.
Yes.
Did we go through how we listen to music? All of us
No.
besides you?
No, we got way off topic.
Yeah. I like to
You're in
rail
the
it.
weeds, man.
Alright. I mainly do MP3, but I do love collecting vinyl though. So that's kind of
Me
a
too.
balance of... I do both. Listen to it portably, and then when I'm at home, I'll pop records on, kind of thing. That's what I do.
I prefer CDs, but digital music is taking over the world.
So
But,
are
so
CDs
I prefer.
going to be like the new vinyl?
Yeah,
I wonder if that...
they already are, dude. It's already happening.
CDs are like the worst quality, right?
No.
They're not bad.
Aren't they?
CD quality is way higher than an MP3.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
But vinyl's the best
because
quality.
when you get a
The best,
CD, it's a
like,
WAV file.
uncompressed,
Yeah,
right?
it's the first 100 plays. It's better than a CD, and then it wears out.
Okay.
Technically, cassette is better than digital because it's reel over reel, just smaller format.
Yep.
I don't know.
MP3 is the worst.
I've never recorded
It's
on
heavily
a cassette
compressed.
before.
It's like early 90s technology. It's just that we just got to the point where we could actually like store files that size. So it's not
Welcome to
good
Tech Talk with Zach, Andy, and Robert.
There's a Geek Squad bag over there. I was waiting for someone to break out the Tech Talk.
It's not even my bag. I don't know what the hell that's doing. in here.
That's mine. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Oh, that's yours?
Yeah.
You're in the Geek Squad?
sort of.
Alright.
Of sorts, you could say.
Alright,
You're a Geek
alright.
Squad deserter.
No, not really. Like I'm in it, but I'm not. It's one of
You,
those.
you
That
stole
sounds
that
like
from
deserter
a Best
talk.
Buy?
No, actually, I earned that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's
It
right.
just gets more and more cryptic.
I earned it years ago. Everyone, sit down.
He found a Geek Squad team member in the forest trapped underneath a log had fallen on him, and he lifted it off, and he magically imbued him with this Geek Squad bag. That's how he got it.
Robert knows.
He said,
These
you
are the
can guess my name, you can have this bag.
Exactly. So you can guess my IP address.
I gotta know Dylan.
He had a Geek Squad medallion, half broken, and you had the other half.
Yeah, it's on my necklace.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you combined both, and then it was meant to be.
Yeah. Then I gave up the rap game, so I had to get rid of my chains.
Oh, look at that. Disney is already optioning that for 2022.
Did we go through everyone? That one?
Next card, baby.
All right. Next card.
Let's move it. Let's keep it moving.
All right.
I hate it.
Greatest guitarists of all time.
Man, you guys gotta start signing your names because these questions are terrible.
Fail that one?
Fail it.
I feel like none of us that would apply to any of us. That might work for the next episode.
I mean, I could talk
I
about
know
it.
not.
I have opinions, but
All right, but I don't think
it's
anyone
okay.
wants to hear them.
that's why I didn't say anything.
my opinion, so.
If you want to hear opinions,
I'll just
August
fuck up.
24th, come to my mixtape release.
Yes, that's the only reason I'm here.
I'm repping that so hard.
I like this one. How do you feel when your favorite underground or smaller artist, musician, or comic gets bigger and more popular?
Jealous.
Happy as
I'll talk
fuck.
about that.
Right.
Jealous?
Happy.
Jealous?
Happy as fuck.
Jealous? No one?
Well, yeah.
A little
No one's jealous?
Happy, but
If
also
it's like your friend, yeah.
It's always, for me, it's like, they deserve it. God.
That would fucking be me.
It's like that. Like, Like, it definitely should be you, but also, can it be me too?
Right. It is a little rough. Like somebody I knew when I lived in LA that I hung out with. I see him in a commercial for Sling TV now that plays all the time at the restaurant
assume
where
his
I
passes
cook
would call.
hamburgers. And that's a little rough. Like, here I am cooking my hamburger.
I know that fucking guy.
All right.
Addicted to
It's
some
real
substance.
fucking hot in here.
see that Sling commercial with like we thought it was swinging.
Yeah, so
Oh,
he
he's
starts
one of those guys. Oh.
He's the guy who takes off his
Oh,
shirt.
Name him.
That is Dan Gill. We weren't great friends, but we did hang out a few times.
Congrats, Dan Gill.
Congrats, Dan. You
you did
deserve
it.
it. And
You
also,
did it. You deserve
hook me
everything.
up, brother.
If you're watching, hi.
Hello. There's no way he's watching.
You are the Stifler of commercial
You
television.
never know. Maybe the Stifler of commercials.
It's just like, oh, we got a party. Girls, man.
Thanks.
I've never heard the phrase Stifler of commercial television, but
No, you just coined it.
Right. Yeah.
Make that shirt.
Stifler of commercial.
Make that
It's
shirt.
just Sean William Scott just. Yeah, but I'm happy as well. But it's either or when it comes to someone I don't know though, if it's someone that you saw perform, like get bigger kind of thing. For me, like John Mulaney's a good example. Like when he got more famous, his quality of material kind of not like downgraded, but just kind of I feel like he's mailing it in a little bit more. Like when more popular comics or musicians get more popular, I feel like they mail it in. I don't
Sure.
know.
There's a lot of pressure though with that.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's where everyone expects you to have new stuff.
Right.
And it takes time to cultivate that. You know,
Right.
Usually the first thing that they do is they pull out all the stuff that they think is new because they think, oh, this is what I have to do, and then they fuck up and realize, okay, I need to dial this in and just get back to where I was.
Right.
Right.
Get back to what brought me there.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy too, but fucking jealous. But also, mainly happy, mostly jealous.
Motivate yourself.
Those are my influences. Thank you.
Right.
10 minutes later.
Callbacks. Thank you.
When I see a fat squirrel make it in show business, that just
It's the best form of squirrel. It is. Look at a skinny squirrel and look at a fat squirrel, and you tell me which one's fucking funnier. Fat squirrel every time, especially when they try to run under fences. So fucking
How
funny.
many times have you seen that?
Lots.
It sounds like all the squirrels you've ever seen are just fat as fuck.
Yeah, the fact that I saw a skinny one earlier, I was like, what?
What are you?
You're supposed to be huge.
Lumping
How
these
fat is a fat
squirrels
squirrel?
yourself? Are you feeding them?
Like, a fat squirrel would be like a
Are you
small
like
cat.
the witch in Hansel and Gretel?
I've never seen a squirrel that size, bro.
Really?
No.
Oh, man. You're missing out. Find
Clearly.
yourself a fat squirrel.
Fuck.
Look,
Still
once
talking
you
about
see
squirrels?
I am now.
It's all
I am now.
good,
Right
Robert.
back. When that fat squirrel got famous, I was jealous. I was a little jealous.
That's the name of the episode. When that fat squirrel got famous, I was jealous.
That'll be my first album. When that fat squirrel got.
When that fat squirrel got famous, I was jealous.
It's like a Fall Out Boy album title. It's gonna be a long ass sentence.
You gotta capture a way
doesn't matter.
cooler one. It doesn't even pay
Zach,
attention.
every pop culture reference you make paints a more vivid picture of your childhood.
And adulthood.
And
It's-
adulthood.
I think it's continuing learning.
I'm okay with it. Next question.
Next question.
All right.
Sure.
Rank the members of the Beatles in your own personal opinion.
Pass.
Pass.
Like talk about it?
No, pass.
Oh,
I pass.
fail.
Yeah.
Oh, fail.
Pass.
Oh, shit.
Fail?
This system is confusing.
Yeah,
We'll fail it, but George Harrison.
Fail.
All right.
Number 1, George Harrison. Number 1, Paul McCartney. Number 1, John Lennon. Number
I like
Four.
each member. Oh, they're all great.
Hey guys, I was a Beatle too.
If you were a knight, what would you call yourself?
Ooh.
I'll talk about that.
Do it.
You started.
Let's do it.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
I'll fail it.
Fail it.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got a dissent.
I'll fail it too, just to.
3-2.
Oh shit! It's Nathan. What do you want to do?
Pass or fail?
I'm passing it.
Okay.
So
Guess we're gonna have to talk
three
about
gets
it.
I don't give two fucks. But
Are we talking about like
Two
working?
fucks a lot.
two fucks a lot.
Sir,
That's
two
fine,
fucks.
Sir,
a
two
lot.
fucks a lot.
Not sir, no fucks to give.
No. I would spell it number 2, sir with S-U-R, and then F-U-X-X a lot.
and a dollar symbol somewhere in there just
Yeah.
for color.
Over the X.
Yes.
Well, just one X and then the dollar symbol.
Yeah.
So they really drives home the sound.
Yeah. Two sir fucks a lot.
I think mine would be Sir Good Night, like really good night, like such a good night. I'll kick your ass.
Sir, good night, but wink wink, you know the kind of night I'm talking about.
Did they have like nicknames for serfs? Because I would not have been a knight. I'd have been a serf.
You just so you just be like
For sure.
You just be like short guy or muddy guy. Well, not
Muddy guy.
I'd be like, hey, get out of the way. Move it.
So we're just trying to get through the mud here.
You're in the way, you fucking poor. Go on, get. Like that. That'd just be what I would be.
No name for that one.
No, you don't have names when you're a serf.
No.
Just a fucking.
You,
go on,
you'd
get.
have a surf name
Just
like Hall.
man.
Just
Man.
sir.
Man one. Oh, man two.
Andy have 3
Like when you
fingers.
see the credits roll on a movie, like some people, man one, man two, crying girl,
Incontinent villager.
played by Amy McLovin.
Frightened inmate number 2.
Do you think they get to pick what the title of their character is?
Fuck no.
God, no.
Because
I bet they don't even get paid.
I fucking love bad movies, and my favorite thing about them is that for someone that was like their first movie and they were fucking jacked about it.
Oh yeah, hell
And
yeah.
then it came out and they were like, I was not in that.
It's a fun one to have on the IMDb, that's for sure.
I was definitely there while they did it, but
It was a paycheck. It was a paycheck. That's what it comes down to. It was a paycheck. It was a paycheck.
Surface level,
Suppose.
I'm just an extra, but to me, I'm Enos, the guy that cares too much that's sad at frying pan.
Man, 2.
Man 2. Man 2 in restaurant.
That whole backstory.
Next one.
Next.
Yeah.
Alright. Got it. Which generation is the lamest?
The greatest generation. Hands down. Pass.
Pass. Pass, I'll talk about it.
Yep, that passes.
Alright, I'm gonna defend this. The greatest generation is always like, oh, we beat the Nazis and this and that. No, you didn't.
They are still here.
Pull your fucking old asses up by your goddamn bootstraps, get out there and finish the fucking job. Thank you.
Good. That should be a bit.
It is.
next
That's why I jumped at it.
Nice.
I lost my hat.
Glasses removed joke or something like that. No, you got no.
Where'd it go?
Beautiful.
Oh no.
Oh wow, there's a little surprise under your hat.
We have a.
Yeah. I did not know
Yeah,
that was
check
not
me
what I was
out.
expecting.
What were you expecting?
Something
be the
more
same
similar
color as my
to
beard,
the rest
maybe?
of it, right?
Well. This is awkward.
Oh,
This
goodness.
apparently, I really thought that wasn't going to say listen
here
at
it
Sioux
is.
Empire. I
You
thought
just
that
want
was
to
going to be
show
like a
off
weird
to the
porn
camera.
thing.
Quit.
And that's when we go to subscribe. You have to pay to see the rest.
It's actually a podcast first. I've never had anyone like, stick their ass in the camera quite like that. Yeah.
Should I just stay standing?
Yes,
rest.
definitely.
I really fucked up your rug. I'm sorry. This is
Nah, it was alright.
this is
You're
horrible. I'm
funny.
embarrassed.
The rug was
You got it coming.
Baby
Next card.
Baby boomers.
The generation that's eating
Peace
Tide
and love.
Pods or
Peace and
legendary.
love. Peace and love. I'm like, you're lame.
I'm gonna say, like, the generation born in like 1850.
the dead generation.
Yeah.
Why that joke?
Yeah.
Because they're not alive anymore.
Yeah,
Fuck
it
them.
seems like it's pretty lame. I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't have like Nintendo.
They didn't want to stick it out until 2018, so I'd say that's pretty lame.
They,
Name an invention
You
from
know.
1850 that was cool.
they had strong feelings
You
about the Taft
can't do it.
administration.
My bad.
That
That was us.
Spanish-American War was all kinds of fucked up. I mean, they would have been all over that.
Right. That was Manifest Destiny. That's not cool.
But okay, we'll take it.
No.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that's final answer. Next card, please.
All right.
Did not make me improv on that anymore.
Shows that were canceled way too soon. I'll talk about that.
I'll talk about it.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Freaks and Geeks.
That show was
That was
cool.
a good show.
It was a good show.
Undeclared.
Ooh, that was a good one too. My friend's open mic at Cardinal had one show and was canceled right after that. Hilariously too soon.
Oh, I'm going to say Party Down.
Oh, with Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I never seen that show. I need to
That
watch
was
it.
a really good show. That
The
was
Grinder?
really funny.
The Grinder.
The Grinder, yeah.
I'm
That
not familiar
Rob
with
Lowe
that.
one. Rob Lowe, Fred Savage.
Oh.
It's like we give one season. They're like, fuck you. Pretty solid. Good show. Relatively recent.
All right.
How recent is that show? Like a couple years old?
2 years old.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
To check that one out.
Check it out. It's on Hulu.
Get a Life with Chris Elliott. This is a show that was on in the
Huh.
early 90s. It was on after The Simpsons on Fox, and it was about Chris Elliott played a 30-year-old paperboy who used to live with his parents. And he got killed at the end of every episode by like a crushing boulder or just
Well,
something
that's
random
amazing.
that
I've
pops
never
up.
seen that, but now
So
I
it
want
was
to.
like way ahead of its time. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was dipping into like the South Park pool, plus getting into the whole like millennials thing before they just
Yeah.
shit.
Really.
What was
it's
it
like,
called?
Get a Life.
Okay.
Real, and the theme song was, wait for it, Stand by REM.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Great show.
I really just want to not bring up Firefly because there's someone that's listening that's like, say Firefly, say
God,
Firefly.
I was gonna say that seriously. That's
Don't
like the
bring
only
it
one
up.
that popped in my
Don't
head.
bring it up. Don't bring it up. We're not going to talk about it. They got a movie. They're fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, but yeah, I just
I'm okay with it.
What?
I made my peace. I've stopped sending angry letters.
All I'm saying is they shouldn't have killed Wash. Sorry for
Yeah.
spoilers.
House of Cosby's got canceled too soon.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
If you haven't seen House of Cosby's, it's before Rick and Morty. Justin Roiland had a show. It's called House of Cosby's. Fucking weird.
Super illegal, super weird.
They took it down from YouTube, and then the stuff happened with Cosby, and he couldn't focus on trying to get the legal stuff to take it down. So
So with
you
that,
can find it. on
watch
YouTube.
it despite Cosby. It's worth it.
Greg the Bunny. Never
Okay.
seen.
Yeah, I saw Greg the Bunny. Yeah, that was
Seth
good.
Green and Eugene Levy and Sarah Silverman.
Oh, I didn't realize Eugene Levy was in there.
Yeah, he played Seth Green's dad, and both Seth Green and Eugene Levy do not look alike at all. So I don't know what casting.
Right.
No.
Redhead looks like Justin Gray. Hey, Justin.
Yeah, is Eugene Levy Justin Gray's dad?
He's just eyebrows, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, Justin Gray. I know Justin.
Yeah.
I met him one time.
Yeah.
I know him.
He looks like Eugene Levy.
He does.
A little bit.
His hair is grayer, though.
Yeah. Trying to think, a lot of the shows that were canceled too soon aired on Fox.
Yeah, Fox
Sure.
is notorious for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a double-edged sword because it's like, you know, it sucks. It's like, goddamn, Fox always canceling shows that like had such potential, but by the same token, it also means that they're the ones that actually give like fucking crazy ideas a shot. At
Yeah.
least. It's like you don't have that with CBS because that guy never got a fucking like meeting at CBS. You
Right.
know?
Right.
I remember the first episode Family Guy came back and Peter mentions all the shows that got
He
canceled.
It goes on for like
lists
4
all of
minutes.
them.
Cracking up the pits, wonderfalls, all this kind of like
FreakyLeaks.com.
yeah. Andy Richter controls the universe.
Didn't that only get like 4 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching that when it aired.
Alcatraz. Did you ever see that?
No.
It was like
that
from the
80s,
makers.
remember that 80s show?
Oh god, that got like 4 episodes.
Starring Glenn
Dennis.
Howerton, Dennis from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
He's the main
Yeah.
character in that.
That show was
Really?
actually not bad. It was pretty much a carbon copy of that 70s show, just in a different decade.
Right.
Just with cocaine introduced.
Right. Yeah.
I
Like-
never saw
We're gonna
that.
speed it up.
Yeah.
And it aired like right after that 70s show too, so like it was one of those things that was
They tried to make it like
Yeah.
the
they-
next
they-
thing.
They tied it too close.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, because the commercials, so like the promotions for it, I remember seeing it and being like, because you say it's a good show, but all I remember is the commercials being like, "Wow, I'm in the '80s. Look at my giant '80s cell phone.
Guess where I'm
Like,
talking to you from?
The '80s." And it's just like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah. The whole series is actually on Hulu right now. It's
the
like
80s show.
13 episodes.
Really?
Oh wow.
I'm gonna
It's
go
a-
check that out.
It's interesting to watch now, especially because back then when I saw a couple episodes, I didn't really care for it. But now it's interesting to watch because Dennis from It's Always Sunny, like you said, is on it.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's great on it. Like,
Yeah,
It's weird to
I bet.
watch him play like a nice person.
yeah, he's like the Eric of that 80s show.
Yeah, I can't look at anyone from It's Always Sunny the same way anymore. It's just kinda like,
Well, it's like when Charlie and Dennis show up on Lost.
yeah.
You're like, get out of here.
Charlie's done some other really cool shit though.
Horrible
like,
Bosses.
The Horrible
Yeah.
Bosses. The fist fight with Ice Cube.
I never
Seen
saw
that.
that.
That movie's funny as fuck.
Pacific Rim? Charlie's
Yeah.
in Pacific Rim.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Pacific Rim's great. What's
Yeah,
that?
Charlie Day did some good things for himself.
Reno 911. Charlie Day and his wife are in that.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they play siblings that have kids together.
Oh yeah, I do. I know what
It's
you.
just feature. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Classic.
I always forget that yeah.
I forget that too. Even though I was the one that brought it up. I had forgotten it until I remembered it just now.
No.
Thanks.
Get him. Alright. Next card.
Yes.
Sure.
That was a good one. I like that one. Do you think musicians exploit mental health for profit?
Fuck yeah.
Whoa.
That's a deep one.
That was, yeah. I mean, I
I'll
gotta, once again, put your names on that. I want to give you some applause. That was, wow.
I'm gonna go ahead
I
and,
got this one because I was watching a video about the guy talking about musicians. Like a lot, it's been recently like a thing where a lot of musicians are putting mental health stuff in their lyrics or making songs about it. Especially like
I think that
I'll talk about it.
I think that is true,
Mhm.
but it's not just for profit. Like the fact that artists are getting paid because people are watching their video, like Logic's video, that 1-800 song of like I don't want to die. Like that song went fucking huge, and that's about mental health. And he made I'm sure a pretty penny on that song, but in the same sense, that song probably helped a lot of fucking people. Like let's be real, it probably saved a lot of people's fucking lives.
Mhm.
So yes, it is exploited for profits, but that is not
necessarily
not
negative.
not the intention. I don't think there might be some people who are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a song about being sad as hell,
Yeah.
and like that guy who got killed.
Disagree, but that's not my point.
The guy who got
Well,
killed, double X or triple X, tad, whatever. I don't even know how to say his name.
Oh,
But the
that
dude who
guy.
got shot in Florida, he made a bunch of music like that too. But he made it clear, like on his Instagram and shit, that he wasn't actually trying to be a good person. But you don't know you don't know what
Right,
anybody's motives are.
who specifically are they talking about? I don't know. It seems like
Kanye West.
I guess it's
Yeah.
Kanye West is
possible, but it seems weird to like. It seems weird to like poo-poo artists who would sing about mental health issues. There is a literal depression epidemic
Yeah.
in the
yeah.
United States right now.
It's an unspoken
So
thing,
it's
you
just
know.
talking about what's going
Yeah.
on.
Right,
Bring it up in the front.
Right, exactly, and I think that's I think it's healthy to
Yeah.
be
Of
able
course.
to talk about it, you know, and
There's
to make
been-
it okay.
There's been a lot of performers that have literally had tours planned and they canceled them just for the sake of trying to take care of their own health,
Right,
which I think's been a good thing.
right. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me to be like, oh, you just want to make money off of this. I mean, like, it's possible, I guess.
if I can
but-
make money, why wouldn't I?
But right, also, yeah, but also artists deserve to make money for their art.
Yeah.
You know?
If my song is about mental health and it gets 70 million views and helps some people, yeah, I deserve to get a fucking paycheck for that.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So, I don't know. I think it's...
I think it just is music in general should be paid for. Artists should get paid for what they make. I mean, if it's good, at least.
No, I mean...
It's got
You could... I mean, you
that
could
one
really...
goes without saying, but
If you really want... I mean, like... Really... I think where you would want to... The lens you would want to look at the argument through is, like... Probably the industry is broken and takes advantage of people, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's just artists
Questions
who write
at
about
artists.
mental health. You know, I think it's more of a built-in thing in the music industry to take advantage of people and to exploit that.
yes, no doubt.
So I think it's just a little different conversation.
Yeah, I think to your point too,
No
it's,
doubt.
there's a difference if a song is about a mental health issue, as opposed to just rapid firing some mental health things.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yes.
I'm just gonna say as many things about mental health as I can, with no
Right.
point other than I said depression 75 times.
Right. Yes. Yeah. That.
I think the message is what matters.
There's got to be a happy ending.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
there can be a bad ending too. I mean, you don't have to have a good ending at the end of
That's
a song.
true.
It could be a sad song, and that could help someone else be like, "Oh shit, that's happened to me."
Right.
You know, it's how can you connect to people?
Right.
How can you get people the help that they need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of different forms of help. So
Yeah.
there's a reason it's called music therapy. I don't know what it is, but there is a reason, at least one.
I've heard in music therapy sessions that if you play Nickelback,
Backwards.
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Doesn't work. So,
Doesn't work.
doesn't work out.
Boom. New winner. Good job.
Yeah.
Whoever posted that question.
That was
Blew the other clowns out of the water.
my question actually. I brought it in there.
You know what?
Good work, Zach.
There's a reason
You
you're
should,
the host.
you should host a podcast.
All right.
Next card.
I'm just gonna shit on your listeners as much as possible. Get it together, clowns.
What are some bands or musicians that you feel you've outgrown?
Nickelback.
Yeah, I would think.
We'll talk about it.
Wait.
Talk about it.
Yeah,
I
pass.
I always forget about the vote.
Right, I just jump
question.
in.
I legitimately
Pass,
thought you were
sure,
all like,
yeah.
"Yeah, Nickelback is great." I was like, "Wait. I didn't
Right,
agree
no.
to that."
I went to a Nickelback concert for my 15th birthday. It was the first time I ever touched a vagina.
Whoa.
Really?
Yes, really. I'm not joking.
So you're like Nickelback is your band for life, is what I'm hearing.
I gotta
No,
get
but
to
I'll
more
never
Nickelback
forget
shows.
that.
I gotta get to more Nickelback. So,
I went through a big ska
I could tell the
phase
story,
when
but
I
I'll
was in
just-
middle school.
I'm just not.
I think everyone did. Yeah.
I'd say I'd outgrown
Real big fish and less
real
than
big
Jay.
Any kind of
Mighty
country
Mighty Boss
music,
Tones.
I've
Industrial
outgrown.
Joe.
Aquabats.
Yeah.
Nick
I haven't
Cannon.
outgrown them. They're
Skank
fun.
and Pickle.
Yeah.
Skank and Pickle. I don't know what that is, but I'm
Real
gonna have to
band.
listen to them and then outgrow them.
Yeah. It won't take you very
There's a
long.
band in the UK called Pussy Riot.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard of them.
Is
I
it-
don't know still,
is it-
but
They're
Isn't
from
that the
Russia.
Russian band?
Yeah, they're Russian.
Something. They were at the Olympics or they were at the
they're-
World
They're the
Cup.
Russian protest band.
Yeah, and they were
yeah.
in out naked or some shit
And
or
Putin
did
was going to
something.
throw him in, like, try to probably
I
like,
didn't know.
quietly have
Yeah,
I just know that they're called
they
Pussy
were.
Riot.
Yeah.
They were in jail for like
Yeah.
3 to 5 years or something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there for a long time.
No, this like just happened.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
they had
no,
just
they're
got
out.
out of
Oh,
jail.
they just got out of.
Yeah, they were in jail for a while
Okay.
for protest.
Okay, so they're real as fuck, huh? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Pussy Riot is political.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ultra political.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like the Rage Against Machine of Russia.
Right.
That actually raged against the machine.
They really did it.
Yeah,
Rage
Oh,
Against the
boy.
Machine is another story entirely.
that's a different thing.
That's another whole other.
You can't outgrow that band. Either you listen to them or you don't. That's the speed of Rage Against the Machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Next question.
All right.
I host this show now.
You're sitting in the host spot.
Most anticipated album coming soon.
I've like fallen off the face of.
Pass. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Bye.
Raise the bar. Shameless plug.
Is that an album or a mixtape? Also, what's the difference?
Also, what is music?
What is the difference?
I've asked myself that question 100,000 fucking times, and it's just a mixtape to me because like it's independent. I think that's the only reason for me why we called it a mixtape, because like I don't know what the difference between like a mixtape and an album is, other than like an album is released by a record label, maybe.
This is a label thing.
I don't know if there's any like real like set in stone terminology of like what is what, other than just artists are like, yo, check out my EP. It's got 27 songs on it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I was under the impression, just from context clues, that a mixtape would be like if you remixed other people's work and
that is
put it
something
together,
that
and an album would
was.
be like,
I feel like
the
that's
original
a 90s idea.
I am 30.
I was gonna say Nathan is dressed like 70s. Can we like find a middle ground? Call it like a mixed
A mix.
cassette or something. I don't.
Mixed bagel.
Ooh.
It's just a CD.
It's
How
a
about,
compact
how about
disc.
that? It's just
Sure.
with
Is
music.
it
It's
the
a
songs on it? Did you write them?
yes.
Did you mix
Okay.
them?
They're not. This is
It's all
a legitimate question.
It's all original music.
Okay. So I would call that
I would call it an album.
right?
Yeah, I'd go with album.
Okay, it's an album.
Hell yeah.
Mystery solved. We did it, guys.
Sure.
Mixtape sounds cooler.
Yeah.
It just
I
like,
just don't want to
you know,
call it an album until I'm like, I feel like I'm official enough to be like, yo, this is my album. You can buy it here, here, and here. I mean, you can still buy my shit online, iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere, but I don't want to call it. We don't want to call it an album until we have some kind of backing behind us. Some kind of maybe it's just like money, or someone gives us a distribution deal, or we have like a legit manager, or just something. I don't know, maybe after we do this tour and next year, maybe we'll be like, all right, it's time for an album, guys. We can actually call it that now.
Okay.
I have approval from the Dresch code, so
Yeah.
there's
They
nothing
said it
else
was
needed.
okay.
No other forms or documents necessary.
You've got a panel of people that are like, yeah, no, it's
It's an album. It's an album.
That's admirable. But
Right.
if you want to call it an album, you can.
Go for it.
We've said you could.
Would not,
said
I
you
would not
could.
take
I'll allow
objection to it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
There you go.
Okay.
Uh,
Bang the gavel. It's been decided.
as far as upcoming stuff, I think Smashing Pumpkins have something.
Oh yeah,
EP
that was
is
a
coming
question
out.
even less.
That'll be weird.
That'll be interesting. Yeah.
I don't even know
Is your
what's coming
show?
out.
Have you gone? Is yours in Minneapolis or next week or?
My show? Yes. Next week, Flat Earth Brewery. I have 4 very funny comedians coming out.
I meant Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh yeah. It's, that too, but the 18th, Flat Earth Brewery, 8 p.m. Come on out, it's $5. The 19th,
Who's
Smashing
playing?
Pumpkins.
And then on the 24th
I'm
of
legitimately
August.
curious.
Two shameless plugs at the end of the episode.
On the 18th, we got Central Roger Shaker on, Dana Ali, Joe Cocozello, and Jason Schomer, and then me. So
All right, we'll save those for
Right, sorry.
it's gonna be great.
Since you
We'll put
brought
it
it
out.
up, I was curious. I wanted to know.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Next one.
Sure.
All right.
What you got in the honey jar?
Which candy do you feel needs to make a comeback?
I feel like they're all here.
What?
Twerps.
What are twerps?
Twerps? Oh, they were
It says
like
twerps.
Pass.
Pass.
Fail.
Pass.
Pass.
Sure.
Okay.
twerps. Sorry, I just got excited. Twerps. It's like they're like Twizzlers that had like a soft candy filling.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
But they're like little bite-sized things, and they
Oh.
were fucking awesome. Twerps.
All right. Yeah.
TWERPs.
I don't even know what that is, but I think they need to make a comeback
They're real good.
because I want one.
They're so good.
I think most of my favorite candy's still around. Maybe Nerds Ropes. You guys
Still make
remember those?
Nerds Ropes.
They still make those,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shit. I'm
I
gonna
just,
go
I,
over-
just, I know that because
Gas
I've had
station.
one recently.
Alright. See, I've tried. I don't even remember.
A candy that
canceled
left and
candies.
came back.
Crunchy M&Ms.
Still around.
God damn
Yeah,
it!
they're definitely still around.
Snickers bars. Fuck.
Wonder Balls. I grew up in the 90s, so the Wonder Balls like were there in the 90s, and then they left, and now they're like a thing again.
Were
They were
they
like little they're like balls of chocolate that had like toys and shit, and they don't have toys in them anymore. They have like this shitty sour hard candy, like
The fizz things?
no
ones?
like
Nerds.
Smarties.
Smart. Oh, there you
Oh.
go.
They're like those kind of candies, but they're like shaped like whatever Nickelodeon themed Wonder Ball you fucking got. And
Interesting.
they suck now. But like in the 90s, they used to have shit in them. They used to have like stickers and little toys.
Kids
Like they had
would choke on it.
Pokemon in them. I would always get stoked when I got a Pokemon out of my Wonder Ball.
This may
Really?
come as a shock to people, but I have strong opinions about which candy should come back.
Okay.
Top 5.
So PB Max. It's like chunky peanut butter on top of a cookie, like wrapped in chocolate. It was like the peanut butter Twix, but like on steroids and much better. And it only existed from like '94 to '98 or something like that, and then it disappeared. And I can't get it. And I have to have it. I'm gonna like figure out how to fucking make it myself. Okay, so next.
I can feel the realness in those words.
Dunkaroos.
I remember
Desperately need to come
those.
back.
Pretty good.
I remember Dunkaroos.
I
Is
don't
that a
actually have a top
candy?
five.
Yeah,
Those are the two
I-
that are
I-
like screaming
I
at me
thought
that they
so.
need to make a comeback.
I caught that as like a snack. Like both of those just sound like snacks. Like I guess my idea of candy is like it's just fucking
Well, the
sugar.
PB Max was just a square this big, but it was so glorious that it was like a snack, but it was seriously just a little candy bar like this big.
Okay,
For
You're
those
gonna
who
have
don't
to
know,
describe
like
it to
a
me
square
again.
inch.
you're gonna have to
Square.
find them. You're gonna have to mail them to us, and then we'll figure it
We
out.
should just turn this into a cooking show.
I'd
That's something I can fuck with.
be down for that. I'd be down for that.
I remember Swoops chip-shaped chocolate. It was,
Oh yeah,
and I remember the commercial was
The-
Swoops. There it is.
they
So stupid.
Swoops.
There it is.
Lay's did that now again.
Yeah, they
Those
started.
do look
Yeah.
good.
There,
Those
PB
look
Max.
good.
I'm not crazy. It existed.
Oh, that looks nice.
Okay, yeah,
I
I
like
could,
the packaging.
could get
Very
behind that.
aesthetically pleasing.
yeah, I could get behind that. Could eat that. I'd put that in my mouth.
Chew it up,
Hell yeah,
swallow,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe do it again.
See how it tastes.
Life tickets course.
You know, see what happens.
They still make warheads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Why do they keep making all my favorite candy?
Just stop so I can be
Hershey's still
nostalgic.
makes chocolate bars.
All right.
Crystal clear Pepsi. They make that in candy form. Like,
I wish
I would.
that
Yeah, I would eat
that I would fuck.
So they have the gummy soda flavors, like that. Those are different.
Gummy sodas are fun.
Remember Pepsi Blue?
Yeah.
Pepsi Blue.
Do they still make the wax like the wax sodas?
Yes,
Yes,
they do.
Yeah.
But you can only buy them like at shitty general stores.
Perfect. It matches the vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
What I think they need to start making like Japanese flavors of Kit Kats in America. Have you guys had any of those?
You can
But they
pick
make
'em
like
up
a
at Jordan.
wasabi flavor.
Yeah.
They make like
Green
green tea and strawberry. My favorite, the best one, is purple sweet potato. It is. Yeah. It's the best. It is so tasty.
I was gonna say the best because it's tasty, or the best because it's hilarious.
Both. It is legitimately the
What's the
What's the
tastiest.
flavor again?
Purple sweet potato. Ubi.
And they
Ooey
put that
flavor.
on into chocolate.
Right. Well, it's like it's just a Kit Kat, but it's like bark coating. It's probably not chocolate. It's like
The
some
wafer
kind of
is the
flavored
purple?
almond bark. I think sort of
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
There's a
They're
candy store.
purple.
Minnesota's largest candy store. On my way back has
Oh,
the
sure.
green tea flavored ones.
Oh, nice.
Maybe I'll stop in and see.
Yeah.
Maybe I will.
Or we're going to.
Making me wish I lived in the Twin Cities so I could drive 5 hours to pick up some Kit Kats.
Maybe if we weren't moving somewhere else.
Well, that's right. Maybe. This show is over. I'm leaving.
Oh, where are you
Some
going?
fucking
You're
Kit Kats.
Come there early.
Gotta get there before it's dark. I'm bad at night driving.
Before the show's done, you're already on the plane. How the hell did you get there? So fast. Epcot in Florida has some really cool candy store stuff.
Ooh, from some world candies.
world candies.
I
Yeah.
think the candy store in Minnesota is just been there.
I drove by it. I've never actually been in it. I like candy,
Go
but
there.
I know that's a spot where I just can't go.
I feel the same, but I can't not go there.
I would spend
more
like
than I just can't
$300.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, I always spend like $200 when I go there.
I made that drive like 100 times, and I just found out like 2 months ago that was a thing that existed.
Yeah,
So
you-
next time I go through, I got
Yeah,
it.
you would expect that they sell meth out of that, but
Yeah.
it's candy. Yeah. Apparently there's a bunch of sodas in there too.
Oh, tons.
Yeah,
I
I've never
like
been
a
in.
stupid amount of sodas.
It's pretty cool.
They have like other shit there too, like homemade like farmhouse mayonnaise and shit, like shit that's all locally made in Minnesota. They had like the whole when you
Interesting.
walk in
Farmer
there.
Bob made this mayonnaise with his bare hands.
He fucking did.
We're reaching up
I
for
bought
you!
some and it was fucking disgusting. It tasted like vinegar and that's it.
You just buy
Maybe
expired
buy a
vinegar.
jar of vinegar.
Vinegar and like heavy cream.
Have
Just
some
like,
cotton balls in there.
I'm pretty sure that's all mayonnaise is, isn't it?
Yes. So
But it was way too much.
Is that all it is?
basically, yes.
And eggs,
Really?
right?
Yeah, it's
Egg whites,
eggs,
egg whites, cream,
and-
vinegar.
Yep.
That's mayonnaise.
It's disgusting.
Oh, I love mayo so much.
I like mayo.
The ratio
too.
has to be not what this shit was.
Love dunking some chicken nuggets and some mayo, buddy.
Ooh.
Really?
you.
I like.
I've done French
Get out.
fries, but chicken nuggets.
Go to New York.
In fact, I like to mix ketchup and mayo together. Hell yeah.
That's okay. I do that.
That's not bad.
I do.
Okay, all right,
I do
all right.
mayo and
That's
mustard.
fancy sauce and Step
Boom.
Brothers.
Yeah, I like a style.
I do mayo and mustard.
Mayo,
Throw that
what
on
about
a
mayo and
burger.
honey
Ugh,
mustard?
mustard.
I can
no.
see that. I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah,
Nope.
I could play in that area.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mustard's
Can you
disgusting.
tell I
It did
grew
turn
up
into
in
like a
South
food channel
Dakota?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said we should turn this into a cooking show. We all obviously know what we're talking about.
I grew up. I'm from northern Minnesota. Mayo is spicy.
That's it.
They like it spicy. We can't.
Next card.
Next card.
Next card. Mayo is spicy.
What happened to Nick and where did he go? What? I didn't fucking know Nick was gone.
Do you still keep DVDs, or do you think streaming has officially taken over? Pass or fail that one.
I still have the DVDs, but
I want to fail it just because if you have to ask the question, obviously you need someone to tell you it's okay to have your DVD. And that is not going to be us.
All right.
Nah.
Next card. Okay, this would be weird. Hypothetically, if Trump turned into a woman, would he or she be Kim Kardashian's dad/mom?
I'm going to go ahead and fail that
Fail.
one. Yeah.
Big
I don't-
fail.
I kind of want to actually.
I just
burn
want to
that
say
one.
that's a
That
dumb
was
question.
a whole load of nonsense.
I don't even know what that fucking meant.
I don't. Why would that make him Kim Kardashian's?
Dad/mom?
Oh, one of my friends commented. Austin Teague, what up?
Oh, there's live things on that?
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
friend.
I bet no one I know is on there.
That's my-
no, it's been pretty quiet. That's what we get for streaming at 2 p.m. on a Sunday. So
Yeah.
in the
Right.
summer.
Dad?
Dad?
Does it tell you how many viewers there are?
Right now, there's 2 people watching. That's what the little line is.
Get
Oh, cool, man.
lives.
Hey, 2 people watching, go ahead and throw us $5. For no reason.
That would be great.
For no reason. We just want to see if you have it.
Then,
Prove to us you have $5.
We'll give it back.
I
My
will.
bride and groom yesterday got me
Brian Groom yesterday got someone to something. Tune in next to see what happens.
Okay. Make your perfect band lineup. Who is on vocals, guitar, bass, drums, auxiliary percussion,
Fail.
Auxiliary.
organ?
I'm going to fail it, but Dr. Teeth from the Muppets is definitely in that band.
Yeah.
100%.
Alright.
Just because his
Definitely
voice is
just
fucking
like the band that they had on SpongeBob when they played at the halftime show.
Yeah.
Right.
That's... Yeah, speaking
That's
of
my
bands
dream
playing at
band.
the halftime show, August 24th.
What'd you say?
Speaking of bands playing at the halftime show, August 24th, we have a mixtape coming out.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, is one of the viewers live us? Oh, okay.
Not on that one.
Do you think VHS will ever go back in style?
No, I highly doubt it.
It's not really
One of
something.
my friends
maybe
like
if
still
there's,
only
like,
watches
societal
VHS.
Yeah.
collapse or whatever.
That's still just a classic.
All right, so I
People
can't
want
just
us to
answer.
know if it's okay that they have VHS still.
Right. Yeah, it's
Whatever.
fine.
You
Hold on to whatever shit
Yeah.
you want, you guys.
You got a lot of porn. We get it. That's fine.
Should the leash law for snakes be changed?
Snakes are
Also,
leashes.
leash law.
I'm not familiar. with-
Yes,
but I'm not
it's
a lawyer.
actually a goddamn issue in Sioux Falls because you can't. There are people who want to like walk their snake or like take their snake out to the park to like
For a
get it
slither.
done or something.
Just have a
There,
slither
wait,
around.
there are people or a person.
Yeah, and yeah, fail.
I'm not bringing
What?
option back in the mix.
The actual fuck?
I mean,
thing.
that's pretty awesome. I'm
That's
just gonna throw
pretty
that out
awesome.
there.
Also,
Like, it is
yeah,
a leash.
no, you can't take. What is it a big
I guess we're
snake?
talking about it, aren't we?
Is it a big snake?
Well, no,
is it
we're
like
failing
a?
it. But we're like,
No,
see,
I'm
we're
still
failing
failing
the
it.
We're
question.
failing it, but like
But we're just now
throwing
hypothetically
pain as we set it
wondering what's the scope of this question.
No, yeah, fuck you. Keep your snake at home, weirdo.
Yeah. Right?
Nobody wants to be walking around and see a big ass snake coming at you.
Seeing your legless dog.
Oh no, it's safe. It's fine. They're nice. Get out of here. I don't want.
I don't care if it's nice. I don't like
You
snakes.
can like snakes. That's fine.
I don't
but
like
don't
snakes.
don't force it on everybody else.
I don't like things that look like they should be wet but aren't.
Right. Also, that snake doesn't want to be with you. That snake wants to be a wild snake in the fucking jungle. What is wrong with you?
Slither on.
I'm gonna get some hate mail from whoever this one person who has a snake here
It's
is.
probably Austin. Austin's like, God damn.
Come at me, bro.
He's got a big ass dog.
Actually, don't. They got a fucking snake. I love your snake. Stay away from it. Your snake's great.
Your snake's great.
He's lying. He's scared.
How does someone become your favorite artist, band, movie, or TV show?
What
I mean, I'll pass that.
How does,
Oh, because that's such a
how does someone become your
vague
favorite
question.
anything?
Be dope.
Good question.
Be good at what you're doing.
Well, I'm led to believe that certain chemicals in your brain fire off and you have a reaction.
I vote fail.
Right, sorry, God, I can't stop.
All these
Can't
questions
just-
are horseshit today.
A question gets posed to me.
Let me pick one.
Weren't you bragging about how you wrote a bunch of them earlier?
Yeah.
These questions are fucking stupid. Yeah, no, I didn't write that one.
Now my confidence is shattered. Fuck it. Top 10 pop hit one-liners of all time. I don't know what this one means.
Fail.
Fuck it.
Liz Phair. She has a line in her song that says, "We haven't fucked yet, but my head's swimming."
We haven't fucked yet, but what?
But my head's swimming.
I thought it was my head spinning.
Sure. That. Yeah. Either way. It's on like pop radio. You're like, wait, she said fucked.
What inspires you to listen to a new album? Reviews, word of mouth, etc.?
We can talk about this one.
Pass.
Yes.
I'm just gonna fail just a descent.
I'm feeling it.
Oh. What do you think? Its life is in your hands.
Kill
Kill it.
Dead.
it. Do it. Kill it.
Yeah.
Who's better as a musician, Ed Sheeran or Charles Manson?
Wow. I think that we should fail that just because the question was better as a joke. Than
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That's just a rhetorical
You
question.
should save that for like.
I'll get rid of
For
it.
like.
No.
No.
What classic rocker is the worst human being?
Steven Tyler. I mean, fail.
I'll
Is
talk
the
about this
worst
one.
human being? I don't know.
Yeah, Steven Tyler comes to
I'm gonna
mind.
fail just because I don't have any opinion.
Well, I feel like, yeah, fail. I feel like
But
they all
somebody
got
else
some
pick a-
shitty stuff.
for
Let
fails.
somebody else pick a card. These all suck.
We think it's you.
What movies had actual worthy sequels?
None.
Ooh.
Harry Potter.
Is this a
Star Wars.
I don't think an anthology series counts because they already knew that's not like a.
Well, yeah, it was like
sequel.
written for it.
Right.
Well, we
Yeah.
can get into that. Let's talk about it.
For once.
Yep.
Okay, I like this one.
All right, we'll pass it, I guess.
22 Jump Street. I liked that sequel.
I did too.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
liked that.
Okay, 22. Yeah, that's solid. Solid sequel.
X2, the second X-Men film.
Better than the first
I
or
thought it was-
third.
Yes,
I thought it was
definitely.
really
I mean,
good.
but you could just stop watching after like 4 minutes into it. The best scene is the Nightcrawler scene.
Right,
You could be
yeah,
like, well, that was a good movie.
Right.
That's it.
Human Centipede.
Oh yeah, I agree. The second
I've
Human Centipede-
I've never seen either of them.
No,
but-
seriously, watch this. The second
it's
one
fucking rough.
is
man.
so fucked up. It's so funny.
Fucking rough.
The third
It's so
one,
fucked up, so funny.
it's so funny. The third one, even worse than the first
Oh,
two.
the
I've
third
never
one.
seen the third
Oh
one.
my god,
Next
it's so
card.
bad. It's the third one is so bad. I'd say it's unwatchable, but you just have to see where it goes. You just have to see where it goes.
Oh, Evil Dead 2.
Ooh, also a good one.
Yeah.
The Incredibles 2.
Yeah, that was good.
I haven't seen that
I
one.
haven't seen
I
it.
haven't seen it.
I'm just saying shit.
The second Ninja Turtles,
Secret of the
Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
It's got Vanilla Ice in
Is
there.
that, I was gonna say that's Go Ninja, Go Ninja,
Go Ninja Go,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
got Bebop and Rocksteady in it, right? Or
No,
like,
that
no.
Dokkan and Razor.
Right, yes. Yeah.
Babies! Little babies! And I was like, yeah, I'm into this.
Was Austin Powers 2 intended to be a continuation? Or I think it was just.
I
a
doubt
just
it.
a-
Austin
sequel.
Powers
That was
definitely
just a sequel
deserves to be
that
talked
I liked
about.
that sequel. Goldmember is a different story, but I liked Spy Who Shagged Me.
Goldmember's real
Goldmember
bad.
is my
Right.
favorite.
I liked Spy Who Shagged Me though.
I love gold.
I am entering your mouth now.
Oh, I'm peeling. Shave me from myself. Put it in the skin box. Save me from myself.
I actually did like Airplane 2.
Yo,
movie
we should.
gets a lot of crap.
Everybody should just drop a
good.
bunch of acid and watch Austin Powers. It's the best thing ever.
It is.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
just-
You
I
gotta
swear
pass
to
on
God,
that.
you will not stop laughing.
I don't think.
Because
the
secretly,
movie has to
Mini-Me
do it.
is, Mini-Me is the main character of all those movies.
A very Brady sequel.
Ooh.
The Brady Bunch movie.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Basically Brady Bunch in modern times in the 90s, and it was fantastic.
Is that the one where they go to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen
I
it
like that one a lot.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Spy Kids 2.
Oh god. I was too old for that. Like I'm 32.
I love Ace
Still.
Ventura when Nature Calls.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a great
yeah,
damn
that's
movie.
a good movie.
Yeah.
I saw it with a good audience, like the night it came out, and
Yeah.
this theater was packed, and they were all just. That makes a comedy if you're
Yeah.
like around other people who are just like losing their shit.
Yeah.
Not just like a room full of people with their arms crossed.
Staring sternly.
I'm here to have a bad time. Prove it. Those make the best comedy shows.
I remember being at Hangover Part 2 and no one laughed at anything. And it was a full crowd.
Oh, it's a bad movie.
I didn't like the first
Really?
Hangover.
Really?
No.
Huh.
The problem for me, if anyone like talks about a movie and they're like, "Oh, it's the best movie ever," I will fucking hate it just to spite you.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you're one of
can't-
those people.
I can't get past it because it's always by then it's like always ruined, and it's for me. It's just like I can't. Oh, that was your favorite part? Awesome. Tell me 75 more times. I'm definitely gonna go see that movie now.
Yeah.
It's the 78th time that finally turns you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my problem.
Me too.
I think other sequels that were decent.
A lot of dead air.
Christmas Vacation was technically a third sequel. Like a second sequel of Vacation, but it was still solid. European Vacation was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
National Lampoon's.
Euro Trip. Is that a sequel to Road Trip, sort of?
Technically, yeah.
It was?
Or not a spiritual sequel. I don't know if it was a direct sequel.
Yeah.
I don't-
Spiritual
I
sequel.
think it was just like in the universe of.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like
What an
multiple movies.
unnecessary fictional universe.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was a long.
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy.
Oh.
Holy
Two-sided?
shit.
Does that
Yeah,
say two-sided?
Wow, what is this?
Yeah. I'll fail.
I just
that
want
one.
to look
Yeah,
at it.
It's
Yeah,
rough.
I kind of want to know what it's about, at least.
That's just more like a definition. It's not.
Go ahead and read it out loud.
Let's-
Okay,
No,
it's
this
a
is-
real interesting.
This is a
podcast.
question that's like only for me.
To whom it may concern, I, Bob Montague II.
It's a very jargon-based music production question.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Nice.
save it for. I feel like maybe the next episode when it's all musicians might be.
Just like tape that one right here.
Yeah.
So that it can be the
This
finished
one works.
Why do people think Disturbed covering Simon and Garfunkel is good?
I don't think many
I'm gonna
people
pass
actually
that.
do.
I'm gonna pass
Yeah,
that.
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Pass.
Surprisingly, a large amount of people liked that cover a lot.
I've never
There's-
heard it.
I
Hold on. What is it?
I saw. I wish I could remember who wrote it, but I saw a tweet recently that said like, I feel bad for Weird Al because
Okay, Google.
he tried for so many years to write
Disturbed
funny
covers
songs and then Disturbed
Simon
covered
and
Sound of
Garfunkel.
Silence. Just nothing could ever be funnier than that.
The best thing about that too is like old people heard that song and were like, "Oh, I think I'd like these guys," and then went out and
Bought the
got
album.
down with the sickness,
Right.
and now they're dead.
And now they're
They got the sickness.
That was the
Right.
last album they bought.
This camera review really
So-
accentuates my
I guess we did
paunch.
pass talk about that one.
I did.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, good.
This is fair use, right?
I'll allow it.
Now imagine he's wearing a sleeveless leather slicker, spikes out of whatever orifice is
You guys
in his
like
face.
it?
Shut up.
They're a better cover band than they are a band.
I think I'd kill to see them, all for free, do a Simon and Garfunkel cover set just out of curiosity, morbid curiosity.
Yeah, I want to hear him cover Cecilia.
Me and Julio down by the school. Call me out. Call me out.
Here's a song you guys might have heard.
Ow. Yeah.
The like when you're an old ass man, your grandkids are like, "What kind of music did you listen to?" Let me sing you a song.
What comedian is that? That
Nick
talks
Schwartzen.
about- Yeah, Nick Schwartzen with the. it's like,
Back that ass.
Bitch, how? I love that song.
Your grandmother was a hoe.
I don't want to go to the zoo. Fuck that. Mom, Grandpa said I was gay. Don't tell me, bitch. What's up with Mark McGrath from
Pass.
Sugar Ray's Face?
Pass.
I'll talk about it.
Everything. His eyebrows are up. The corners of his mouth are up. His nose is up.
He's doing it.
It's all up. I think they just pulled.
Yeah, it's like if you just attach strings to all of it and just brought them all up here.
I want to know where the marionette is that just does the like puppet dance with his face.
Here we go.
Man, yeah, look at that one.
His hair
To
is
the
up.
right, on the top of the right, he looks like my aunt. Yeah, right.
Looks like my aunt.
He looks like if Brian Regan were a douchebag.
Jeez.
Some nice spiked tips, bro.
Yeah, man. Really had some work
brah.
done.
Yeah, bro.
Do you think they influenced Guy Fieri?
He looks like Ellen DeGeneres' brother.
What lacrosse team does he coach? He looks like a guy that would make grilled cheese sandwiches in toasters. He looks like the silly putty thing. You remember we put silly putty in a newspaper and just someone was like, like just kept stretching until it was more forehead to face combo.
No.
Do you think he writes the specials on his forehead?
Because he's inevitably a waiter now.
It's turned into a roast real fast.
The double chin he's got there is the second biggest hit they ever had.
Oof, one person is at home laughing with us.
Oh my god.
Two.
Next one.
Oh, yeah, back to two. That's somebody just scrolling by in there.
What the shit is this? Oh, Mark
Fuck is
McGrath,
the
I'm out.
Dresch code. Drescher.
Is there really such a thing as bad production from a recording level, or does it sometimes just add more of a unique character to an already unique artist?
There's such a bad thing as bad production.
Yeah.
We can just
Fail.
say yes.
There's also
Yeah.
such a thing as a dumb
Yes.
question. See, you've asked a dumb question. Why? Yes, there is.
Why do they play the Eric Clapton version of I Shot the Sheriff on the radio constantly when it's clearly the lamest version of the song?
Because
That's
white people are lame.
that's just disrespectful.
Because the rights on Muzak are the cheapest for it. That's why Muzak plays it over and over.
Fail.
Fail.
Fail. Answered.
I don't even want to talk
Done.
about Clapton.
Next.
Which movies do you think would not fly in today's culture?
I want to
So
fail that
many
too.
fail.
I'm gonna fail
Yeah.
that.
Nah.
Guys are
Fail.
tough crowd.
You know,
Seriously.
we want to have a good conversation.
Right. It's just like they're just like asking like, isn't it crazy how people were even more racist back then?
Oh, why is Mickey Rooney dead?
Yeah, it sucked. What do you want?
What would be your stripper name?
I'm not giving you my passwords. That's what that's always is. Like, oh, give us a little tidbit about yourself, your security password. If you will. Oh, what was your stripper name? Oh, your stripper name is your mom and dad's meeting place and the first car you drove.
My stripper name would be Andrew.
After me?
Am I a male stripper or a female stripper?
You're you in this universe.
We don't know who you are.
So,
Yeah, you.
Is this a rhetorical question or like if I was actually a stripper? If I was actually,
It is
We
what you
lost
make
both
it.
viewers.
They're
if
both
I was
correct.
actually a stripper.
everyone's fleeing the
The other one's like,
Next
oh, I
question.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I kept the browser open.
Right, yeah.
Thought this was
So,
closed.
I was in the other room going, who's talking in the other room? Oh.
Phantom limb, my bad. No.
How much wood could have... fuck that one.
Yeah, once again, name yourself, coward.
What's the
Who
great-
wrote these down? You wrote these
I wrote
down
all
and
that.
put. Why would you do that? Why?
Man,
There's no moderator?
Parts in there.
No moderation.
A lot
You
of
just
writing.
You don't have any quality assurance checkers?
No.
just
No.
just go with it, I guess.
Piece of shit.
Jesus.
Who runs this show? Is it Ryan? Is it Ryan? Well, he's fucking
Tell us
dead.
it's Ryan.
You're gonna have to
You want
report.
us, you want us to
dead.
kick Ryan's ass? We'll kick his ass for you,
We're
Dresch.
gonna do it. We're a team. We're a team now. We've joined forces. He's got the hair. I got the beard.
Nobody treats my little baby man like that.
Right, what's on that card?
The best thing is I can see it and I want to pass it.
Oh, boom, that got us a viewer back.
Oh, what's up, dude?
I'm too
What's
obsessed
up,
with
dude?
watching
I'm
that.
assuming it's
I
a
was gonna
dude.
say you shouldn't watch that.
Comment.
It just goes all over the place.
Reveal yourself. Who are you?
Sorry.
Dad?
What's the greatest pickup line you've ever used?
Nothing.
I've got 2 pickup lines.
I promise not to talk to you.
Sometimes just the wink works.
I like to write the pickup lines for my friends for like Bumble and Twitter or Tinder. One of them was, rank your top 3 favorite Smash Mouth albums? Always gets a response. The second one is, which one of your snakes that you currently own is your favorite?
That is a good one. Sometimes I have on Tinder used, if I wanted to build a life-size model of the ocean, what material do you think I should use?
That's a good one.
I don't really have any.
Well, that's the problem.
Because I'm not...
Pickup line? Yeah, pickup for Dresch.
Yeah.
I just ordered it earlier.
Dry cleaning. Doesn't work.
Just
as a
walk
dry
up to
cleaner.
them and go, I'll take 1 date, please.
I'm married and old, so all my pickup lines are like, "Hey, you want to go hang out at that World Trade Center that's still totally there? No, no, okay."
You want to go slowly die together?
You look like you could fuck up my life. I'll tell you that.
I have cable. Oh.
Do you want to watch reruns of...
I'll be honest, life is
Just
not
shoot.
going well.
Do you like...
I don't like you. You don't like me. But let's fuck.
Let's fuck.
Let's compromise.
Just, my pickup line is to walk over and go, look, I don't see anybody else asking you out.
What, you think you're better than me? Just with no context. Just walk
You
up and do
think
that.
you're better than me? No, it's just hey, winky face.
I prefer them to use the pickup line. Because
Okay.
approach.
How many times has that worked out?
He's a drummer in a band.
Oh, well then that's all you had to say.
Never. It's never worked out.
Quickly. Quick
was
little
fucking awesome.
side story. There was one show that my band was playing, and this woman wanted to have a threesome with a couple members of the band, and I was loading drums outside.
I should not laugh that hard at that. Sorry.
And I was like, where the fuck was I in this? And like, you were outside. Of course I was.
Did they have the threesome?
No, because they were both with other. They were taken,
Otherwise, they told me.
and I was outside loading drums.
You were busy.
Yeah, I was busy loading drums, so it was a
Yeah.
lose situation on every end.
I honestly think it would have been a lose situation if you even took it.
Yeah, same. I didn't see what the person looked like, so I assumed they looked like Large Marge. So,
Large Marge, the comedian?
No, from Pee
From
Wee's
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know there was a comedian.
Yeah, there's a comedian named Large Marge.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're very aggressive and quite hilarious. Yes.
What do you think causes certain artists or comedians to become a part of the mainstream zeitgeist more than others? What thing causes them to be popular for a hot minute?
Why are good things good?
Right.
It's all who you know and timing.
Right.
I like good things.
Is water wet?
No.
But I don't like bad things.
Thoughts on Weezer?
Thoughts on Weezer?
Weezer's dope.
Weezer is awesome.
they?
How do you feel?
They took Africa by Toto and made it worse.
Yeah.
It's a
I've never heard that.
Haven't
it's
you seen
not.
the video of them doing that with Weird Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened this week.
I also saw
Okay.
the Crash Test Dummies playing with Weird Al. So like, which version is
That
better?
happened?
The Crash Test Dummies
Holy
played Weird
shit.
Al's version of
That's awesome.
and
How
it was
recent?
I'm
like
speechless.
1994.
Oh, okay.
Like right when theirs came out and Weird Al's came out.
Oh, wow.
Well, backstory. I got into the Crash Test Dummies recently for no reason. I was very bored at work, and I was like, let's give it a spin. You know what? Not half bad.
I like that song.
That's one of the worst songs on the album.
I don't like having to say the title of
Yeah.
that song in
No.
conversation, but
The guy's super fucking weird.
I believe that.
No way.
Oh my
Really?
god. So weird. He's like,
Most
"Girls
musicians
playing
are
in my
fucking
dorm."
really weird.
Analytical music. Did the numbers. Figured out how to make a hit. Almost worked.
I've not listened to their stuff besides that song, so.
God shuffled his feet. Give it a spin.
Yep.
Hot take. 25-year-old album. Give it a listen. It's on Spotify. Don't give them your money. But give it a
But
listen.
listen to it. How do you feel about albums being bundled with concert tickets?
I think it's cool.
Seems fine.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion
Yeah,
on
I
it.
have no strong opinion on that.
Like, just depends on how you want to do it.
Yeah.
So, like, specifically August 24th, if you come to the show,
You get a free
buy
CD.
an album.
No, if you buy tickets to the show, you get a free CD. That exists.
So you feel strongly
I'm
about
doing it right now.
it. So you feel strongly about it.
Not strongly.
We feel strongly about it. August 24th, come to our show, get an album.
Yes.
A mixtape.
A CD.
A CD.
This.
Get that.
A compact disc. I'll just throw shit on my studio floor. You're doing that.
I'll pick it up.
You were doing that. You're doing.
It was for dramatic effect.
Me?
You just
It was pretty dramatic.
No,
I
shit
I'm
all
cool.
over.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm cool.
It's like
says
he's
his
just
shit
dropping,
all
just
over
dropping hits left and right.
For me, it's based on
For
frustration.
real,
from
literally.
questions not being worthy.
I'll pick this up later.
Once again, didn't you say?
But now
you
that
had
we're
a
at
bunch?
this camera angle,
Yeah.
Where are your bunch? You shouldn't have shook it up.
for the
A lot of
zero,
them
the
are my
one
bunch.
person watching.
Oh no. Oh no,
But
buddy.
there are a lot of old ones.
Buddy, it's okay.
Let's just move on.
Buddy, it's fine.
Next card.
We'll come back. We'll do it again when you have better
Zach looks
questions.
so sad.
This is a rough episode, guys. Like, I'm being straightforward.
I've been having fun. I think
All my
I've had a
questions are
blast.
just dog shit.
Well, why don't we let's just find someone that we hate and we'll roast them for a
Yeah.
We already did that.
That's true. That's fine.
What types of shows do you prefer, intimate or arena size?
Everyone likes
Yeah,
intimate.
Yeah.
Why would anyone be like, oh, I'd rather go to an arena because then I can drink beers for $97,
That's what I'm saying. I know.
take a $60
You say
Uber.
you like to attend, or for me, I'd
To
love,
attend,
I'd love
yes.
to play at an arena over an intimate show. 10
guess I
times
did.
out of 10.
I didn't
hands down.
clarify attend or
I'd rather be in
perform.
small.
yeah.
Yeah, I prefer
Small.
intimate.
A big crowd in an intimate or a packed house in an intimate crowd is probably the best one.
Yeah.
Arena would be awesome, but
Yeah.
I like the intimacy more, especially when it comes to comedy. Like whenever I go
Yeah,
to comedy
comedy,
shows
I
in an
can see
arena.
that.
It just doesn't feel
Absolutely.
right to me.
Well, no. So like one of the people I know did an arena. He opened for Amy Schumer. I'm not gonna name him because he sucks shit. That's why I quickly corrected friends. He opened for Amy Schumer, and he was like, "It's really weird. You tell your joke, and then you have to wait, because it goes through the arena, and then it just keeps getting laughs further and further and further and further back because the audio's delayed."
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
It's like, so that's super confusing. So the people that do arenas and are good at it have the best timing because they wait. They're patient.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
I never knew
thought
that.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always forget about the acoustics situation is actually surprisingly important for that kind of situation.
Crazy.
Yeah. I wonder if that'd be the same for musicians too. I bet it would, but I guess it's
We're
not
gonna
the-
slow this song down for everyone in the back. Every song becomes a slow jam.
But I guess it's a situation where you're not relying technically on the crowd unless you're doing a part of the song where it's like, I want you to sing along.
Yeah.
So it's not as factoring.
You're right.
It's more of a just let it go kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be intimate for me all the way. Arena, if it's up close, if it's up close and intimate and
Just
arena,
unbutton
cool.
a button and just
Yeah.
sit down and enjoy the show.
But yeah.
Light a candle, sit in the back.
Pour beer on everyone else.
Oops.
Whoops. Sorry.
I already feel bad. I'm tall. I'm like, I'll just stand closer to the back. And then if someone smaller is behind me, I'm like, how are you behind me? Just get in front. Otherwise, why did you pay to be here?
How else am I going to enjoy this Aerosmith concert? Your ideal festival lineup.
Fail.
Yeah.
Fail. Yeah.
10,000 Laughs in Minneapolis has a hell of a headliner festival.
Yeah, they're
Like this
their
year's-
headliners are nuts.
This year's
I
headliners-
played 10,000 Laughs last year.
This
and
year,
it was
did
cool,
you see
but
this
year's
year's?
crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Roy Scovel's one of them.
yeah. Ian Carmel.
Ian Carmel. God, who are the other? Like, there's like 7 of them, and it's just like, how the fuck did you get all these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
awesome.
It was
Good
cool
line.
getting to meet Shane Torres last year. Who was there? I got to see him perform, and he's
Yeah.
really fucking good.
He was at Acme like 2 months before that, so I saw him at Acme.
Oh, nice. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Pro tip: become friends with the young comedians that are going to be in the Acme contests, and then just see who's playing their contest night.
Sure.
Go see comics for free.
Right.
Yeah. There you go.
Now you know. Minneapolis listener.
All right. Next question.
Yes.
You do a couple more, and then we'll do shameless plugs
Yep.
at the end.
Love it. Let's do
Awesome.
My bladder is gonna fucking
Yeah.
explode.
Feel
Prove
free
it.
We've had people step out midway through.
If you have
I'm
to.
a professional.
All right.
That's why I brought it up on air. Continue.
What's a dream project for you? What would you like to accomplish as an artist or performer? I like this one.
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's most comics want to have like a Netflix special now. You know, I think that's pretty common. I would love to have that. I just want to. My dream is to do comedy for a living, to not have to also cook hamburgers.
Yeah.
And do comedy. You know?
Same. My problem too is like I'm in a spot now with my current career that I make a fair amount of money, and to be able to step out of that and go into comedy, it's going to be like a huge leap of faith.
Right.
So.
Yeah. For the stakes aren't too high for me when I'm like I'm cooking hamburgers here. If I could probably go cook hamburgers somewhere else. You know, I'm not giving up a lot by going. You know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore.
I don't need this job.
Right.
I'm gonna go to the show, get paid $20, put that $20 right back into booze. Circle of life. Circle of life.
Goddamn right.
Nick, what about you?
Trying to fucking make a bunch of money.
How?
Same what he said. I don't
Sell out, right?
Yeah.
Sell out.
Yeah,
I want to fucking sell out.
I don't want to sell out, but I
I wanna
want
sell
I
out.
want to sell music.
Yeah.
Sell out. That's what I want to do.
I want to be able
Commercials,
to make money,
I'll chill
pay
here.
my bills, and feed
Fucking-
my family with my talent, not
Like,
my
I will do anything
muscles.
for money. I have zero scruples.
Right.
I'll be the Steven Tyler of comedy. I don't fucking care. Give me some goddamn bandanas. I'll go on stage. 7? Don't care. Fucking throw them on. Just laugh, love me, pay me, sell me out.
Well, I love stand-up, but sketch comedy is my number one passion. I do stand-up mainly because it's easier because you can rely on your own schedule
Right.
and it's pretty much, can I show up to this? All right, I'm not working, I can be there, so it's convenient. But sketch comedy would be my main thing. SNL, like, regardless of what the opinion is of SNL now, it'd be like a dream job to do.
It's always looked down on.
I still like
Yeah.
SNL.
Yeah, SNL's always looked down on.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad right now.
No, it's
It
still
definitely
solid.
was better.
Yeah, I was gonna
before.
say it was
It's not-
better before. It's been worse.
Right.
It's been
That's-
far worse.
But that's the
now.
SNL
But some
paradox.
episodes of
Yeah.
SNL are funny as fuck. Like
Yeah.
when Donald Glover hosted SNL a couple
Yeah, that
months
was
ago.
awesome.
That episode was fucking hilarious.
Mulaney's episode was good.
Yeah,
Haters was good.
yeah,
Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
funny.
I mean, that's the SNL paradox, though.
no.
Like, was it better now or was it better then? And a lot of people say, well, it's better then, but you have to look at who you were at that time frame.
Nathan,
Uh,
Did you watch that again?
Nathan Buck, my boy, flexing in that Space Jam long sleeve.
Hey, what up, Nathan Buck? All my friends are the ones commenting. You're welcome. How long ago was
Yeah,
that?
all of our friends
Just
did a
now.
stand-up
Just
comedians
now?
like,
Oh, my boy! My boy flexing in the Space Jam shirt.
Minneapolis.
There you go.
MPLS.
Sporting it.
Stratosphere
It is a
Media.
really cool shirt, though. Let's talk about it.
Do you know that this is Space Jam related, the old website from 1996 is still up?
Still up.
Really?
Yeah,
crazy.
the promo website.
That's
Still there.
cool as fuck.
Yeah.
and it has
Glorious.
not been updated since 1996.
I'm
I think they
surprised
should
it
keep
still
it
works.
that way.
Right, right.
They should keep it that way. I love it. Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hopefully
let's,
it's a
let's give
worthy-
one more spin.
Good, solid closer. Let's
I
make
hope
it.
it's really bad, but let's make fun of it if it is.
Yes. Let's
If
make
it's
it.
really
Yeah.
bad,
let's
we
get
have
into
to
it.
fail it, though.
What's one artist that people give you crap for listening to?
I already talked about the crash test dummies.
So,
It's
should
true.
we talk about that? That's kind of...
Yeah, pass it. Pass.
Alright, okay. Artists too, so it could be comic, musician, whatever you want to cover it.
Sure.
I like early Dane Cook.
I love Dane Cook.
Statement.
Yo, remember I said I went to a
Yeah.
Nickelback concert? I was going to go to a Dane Cook show instead, but I wasn't old enough to get in.
Oh.
So I went to Nickelback at the Target Center.
Here's the thing with Dane Cook. Like, early Dane Cook you could listen to and find funny.
Yeah.
But, like, latter stuff, you have to see him because his body does
Yes.
most of his jokes.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So that's, like, why my favorite joke that I have right now is, like, if you listen to just the audio of Jeff Dunham only, it sounds like a crazy racist guy. Like, he just sounds like you
Oh,
listen
that's
to an
good.
hour of a crazy racist.
Right, right.
But then you see the puppets, and you're like, oh,
It's
no,
funny.
he's a flamboyant racist. It's like, I think you really should make fun, like, listen to everything. Listen to everything, so that way you know what good and what bad is.
Sure.
So even if someone's like, this band sucks, just listen to them. Give them a spin and see why you don't like them, because then you can find more what you actually do like.
Right.
And then you have street cred, because you're like, I made it through that whole thing.
I mean, a lot of like '90s pop, a lot of the pop that I was growing up with, I will admit it's terrible, but I legitimately love. I
Michael
love
Bublé.
"Walking on the Sun" by Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Love
Top 3.
"Steal My Sunshine" by Len.
The guy whisper yells the whole time.
Yeah.
Have
yeah.
you ever tried that? It shreds your voice.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Ouch! It hurts. Ouch! He does it the whole time. It's just impressive.
Yeah,
It hurts,
That's
right?
hard to do. That is hard to do.
know. It's gonna it does hurt. It hurts. It hurts. So you gotta give him credit for that. Like, he whisper yelled the whole time.
Right, right.
Either that or his mic is like, fucking crazy loud.
Before every scene, Nicolas Cage must drink a lot of honey. Like coffee, tea, and honey, just like. Okay.
Get in the cage. The Andy Samberg, Nick Cage, get in the cage.
Yeah, so
Is the funniest thing. It's got two of the favorite things. Number one, all the dialogue is either whispered or yelled. Number two, everything's on fire. The best.
The top 2 qualities of any Nick Cage film: 1, it exists. And 2, I was told the actors were paid. Right now we're making a film about my making of a film.
And then the director goes, "Cut, that's a wrap on Nick Cage film."
Thanks, director. See?
Yeah, just listen to everything. Don't feel bad about it. I listen to, every now and then, I'll sit down, I'll listen to Michael Bolton's Time, Love, and Tenderness.
Michael Bolton actually has some solid stuff, I will say that.
The drum works on that, like his
Making my
drummer
way
is legit
downtown,
real
walking,
good.
Vanessa
faces
Carlton, yeah.
passing, I'm homebound.
Do you know Michael Bolton?
I love that shit.
I just want to sit on a moving piano, like in that music video.
Just make your way downtown.
Travel. Yeah. Michael Bolton was in a hard rock band called Blackjack, and I own that album. It's actually pretty solid.
Oh, there's a Minneapolis band from the late 80s, early 90s. They're hair metal. They're fucking awful. Their name is Slave Raider. Look them up. The lead singer's name on stage is Chainsaw Kane.
Nice.
He plays a chainsaw. They're the reason I got kicked off of Wikipedia forever.
I used to work with Chainsaw Kane. I'm not even fucking lying. I used to work at KBAT, and
Give me
Chainsaw
his
Kane
number.
used to work at KBAT.
Give me his number. I have an album I need signed.
I don't have his number.
God damn it.
I know.
I had Kurt Havinden's number.
Yeah.
The Kurt Havinden?
Yeah, that's why I got kicked off of Wikipedia. Not for all the stuff I said about Bret Michaels. They were just like, when I did that, they were like, it's fucking cool.
They were giving me a tour of the studio, and Chainsaw Kane was just hanging out in his costume. Like his eye patch, and was it eye patch?
He looked like a pirate, is like the only way to put it. It's like if Jackal were a pirate. That's Chainsaw Kane.
I bet Chainsaw Kane.
Oh my god. I'm not jealous, but I also am sort of jealous. Just because I would have had a hard time not laughing at him.
And when I DJ'd, we had to go with what was on the playlist, and Slaverator was on all the time because he worked there.
Out on the town!
Yeah, it was.
There's no fair rights on that. It's garbage.
It's been 2 years since I worked there. I can feel free to talk about
Wait,
that.
does he still work here?
No, he moved. He moved
What?
away. Yeah.
Chainsaw? He wasn't welcome here? In Sioux Falls?
It was a significant cultural loss for the community.
Yeah.
Very
Who's
painful.
gonna do your lumberjack rocking, though? Jackal's on the other side of the stage.
Jackal. Looks like a jackal. Jackal.
It's
It
a
wasn't
jackal.
Jackal the
It
first
sounds like
5 times.
Jackal. It's a jackal.
It wasn't Jackal the first 10 times. Why the hell would it be right the next 10 times?
Oh my god.
Those are one of my
Chainsaw
friends.
King. What's up?
Sub Lucas.
Well, I think that was a good last topic.
Yep.
So
To
let's
you
go
as
around.
well.
Let's go around the circle and do shameless plugs. Nathan, if you what do you have to promote coming up?
August 22nd, there's going to be a roast of me at
Yeah.
Boss's Comedy Club.
What?
Yeah,
I'm going to that.
for my going away party after the open mic. There's open mic at 8, and then roast of me featuring all the other comedians that
Fuck
night.
yeah.
So come to that. That'll be fun. I think that's pretty much it.
As far as Sioux Falls stuff goes, since you'll be
Yeah, I moved to New York September 1st. So
there you go.
thank you. Yes, I built up the audacity to do something that only literally thousands of other people have done.
That's still like 1%.
That's a small number. There's a ton of people that live in China. Stack those numbers.
Right, that's true. But yeah, so come to the roast and come say goodbye. It'll be fun.
22nd?
22nd, yeah. It's a Wednesday.
Cool. Awesome.
It's the 24th.
That's your
Yes.
Your thing.
It's our
August 24th. No, but we have this CD came out on Friday, so it's only been live for a couple days. August 24th, we're throwing a release party at Icon Lounge in Sioux Falls with Zap Adams, Mattfield, Wahui, Kid Brother, Great New Banks, Enlightened Ones, Vanda J, Gunner B, Taylor Thompson, and Rev. And then that's the unofficial sending off of our tour, and then we're gonna go do 12 cities in the Midwest between September and October,
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
and then I don't know, make more music.
Yeah.
You want to hand me that?
Oh, yeah.
This?
Yeah, that. that exact thing.
Okay.
There you go.
Where we at?
Intercept.
This is my podcast. It's called Hard Day Diaries.
It's
It's
not
that one. It's that one. It's called Hard Day Diaries. This is metal. If you want one of these, just let me know. I can get you one printed. I have a new episode coming out tonight. It's going to be late because I'll be driving home before I can edit it. So what's up? That'll be late. Comes out tonight-ish. Maybe tomorrow, early morning. I've got a show on Saturday in Minneapolis. Well, technically in St. Paul. In St. Paul, Flat Earth Brewery, 8 p.m., $5. Dane Ali, Sento Rajashekaran, Joe Cocazello, Jason Schomer. We'll all be there. It's going to be a great show. The 21st, I'll be at the VFW in Minneapolis for their show. And then I think the 29th, I'm at Links and Legends. So come out, please. I need this.
I need this.
And our next.
Pitiful.
Well, it had to be shameless.
Right, yeah. Shameless.
Shameless.
Please.
Yeah, please.
You have to say please a lot.
Please.
Um,
This is all I have going for me, other than a woman who loves me deeply and enough money.
And our next podcast will be in 20 minutes, featuring Ryan, Sheldon, and Phil from the band Marching Arms. And
Why don't we
Thomas
just
from-
bring him in and like just keep it live?
It'd be awkward.
You're like, please don't make me.
No, please no.
Featuring Sheldon, Ryan, and Phil from Marching Arms, and Thomas from Bro Up Wolf King. And Andy, Nick, Nathan, thank you guys for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for
Sorry
having
about
me.
all the weird questions. In the
No,
middle
it was
there.
fun. We were just
You
pulling
should
your
be.
leg. We're
I
having a
know.
good time.
You should be. You should
You know
be.
how
that.
easily pulled I get.
No, easily pulled.
I've pulled you quite a few times.
But thank you guys so much for being on the show. And as always, you've been listening to the
Dresch
The Disney Channel.